Land Rover has officially introduced the Range Rover Sport 3 generation SUV. The design of the model and the new body has become a little more clean and modern. The car has retained all the signature features of its predecessor, while its appearance suggests a number of solutions from both the younger Evoque and the older Range Rover Vogue 5. In particular, he received narrow headlights and lanterns, as well as retractable door handles. By the way, the head optics of the new Range Rover Sport model are already in the Matrix database, and for an additional fee, the developers offer adaptive headlights, each of which has 1.3 million micro mirrors installed. The latter just form a light beam, and also allow you to draw hints on the road. In turn, the lights on the SUV and the new body for the first time acquired additional sections on the fifth door, while the license plate moved from the trunk lid to the rear bumper. The proportions of the body remained the same, but in general the appearance of the car became somewhat cleaner, which the developers managed to achieve by reducing the number of joints and seams. The car received a larger spoiler on the fifth door, and wheels with a diameter of up to 23 inches are now available for it. Previously the maximum was 22 inches. The interior on the Range Rover Sport 3 generation largely repeats that on the new large Range Rover. On the front panel there is a 13.7-inch digital instrument panel and a 13.1-inch curved touchscreen of the Pivo Pro multimedia system with vibration response when pressed and an integrated Amazon Alexa voice assistant. There is also a projection display and a salon mirror with a built-in screen, which displays a picture from a rear-view camera located in one of the two fins on the roof. The developers report that they managed to achieve an increase in the free space in the legs of passengers. The distance between the rows was increased by 31 millimeters. At the same time, the third row for the car can no longer be ordered. From now on this option is a privilege of the flagship Range Rover. By default, the interior of the British SUV is trimmed with fabric, but some configurations imply the use of expensive semi-aniline leather. Seats with electric adjustments in 22 directions and an advanced air purification system are designed to please the driver and passengers. For an additional fee, you can order a Meridian audio system, which consists of 29 speakers. The new Range Rover Sport 2023 body is based on the modular platform MLA Flex, modular longitudinal architecture, with a longitudinal engine arrangement. According to the developers, the torsional rigidity of the body increased by 35%. Double wishbones are used on the front axle of the model, and the rear suspension is completely new here. 5 levers are installed on each wheel instead of the previous 4. The base of the new Range Rover Sport model year relies on an air suspension with adaptive built-in 2-valve shock absorbers and 2-chamber pneumatic cylinders, for the first time on RR cars. Depending on the version, the standard clearance of the model is 209 or 216 mm, but if desired, the suspension can be raised up to 274 or 281 mm. It is reported that the car is equipped with the e-Horizon system. It is guided by the readings of the onboard navigator and preemptively adjusts the stiffness of the chassis before each turn, taking into account the activated driving preset and the current speed of the vehicle. As an option for the model, you can order the Dynamic Response Pro chassis, the main feature of which are active stabilizers. The 48-volt electric motors involved here are capable of developing a torque of up to 1,400 torque, suppressing rolls, but they turn off when driving off-road. And the Stormer handling pack is also available for the car. It includes both the mentioned active stabilizers and an active rear differential with a fully controlled chassis, and the latter allows you to reduce the diameter of the turn to 10.95 meters. Traditionally, a wide range of powertrains is offered for the Range Rover Sport. These are mainly gasoline and diesel inline-sixes of the Ingenium family, which by default have a soft hybrid superstructure in the form of a 48-volt starter generator. The basic gasoline modification in the line is the P360. It has a 3.0-liter unit with a capacity of 360 horsepower, 500 torque. On the P400 variant, the same motor produces 400 forces of 550 torque. In turn, The diesel versions are also equipped with a 3-liter engine. On the initial version of the D250, its output is 249 horsepower, and on the more advanced versions of the D300 and D350, 300 and 350 horsepower, respectively. The top version of the new Range Rover Sport 3 is the P530, which is equipped with a 4.4-liter petrol V8 from BMW. This motor with 2 turbines is capable of producing 530 forces and 750 torque. Acceleration from a standstill to 100 of the flagship modification is possible in 4.5 seconds, and the maximum speed is 250 km per hour. At the same time, an even more powerful version of the Range Rover Sport SVR should appear in the future, in which this unit will develop over 600 horses. Specifically in the European market, the British have relied on rechargeable PHEV hybrids with a 143 horsepower electric motor built into the gearbox. There are 2 such versions in the range at once, both based on a 3-liter gasoline engine. Compared with the PHEV versions of the previous generation model, the new products rely on a traction battery of increased capacity, from 13.1 to 38.2 kWh. The claimed mileage exclusively on electric traction is 113 km, according to the WLTP cycle, although in reality the car is unlikely to be able to travel more than 88 km. All the listed versions have an 8-speed ZF automatic and a 2-stage distributor. A permanent all-wheel drive modification is not required, it is content with a transmission with a multi-disc coupling connection on the front axle. Interestingly, in the future, a full-fledged electric version will appear in the Range Rover Sport line in the new body, which will become the first battery-powered car of the British brand. There is not much information about her yet, and her debut is scheduled for 2024. As for the cross-country ability, it should remain at the height of the SUV. The electronic terrain response 2 system and off-road adaptive cruise control, for the first time on the Range Rover, with 4 modes of operation are announced for the car. The car is capable of storming force up to 900mm deep and climbing climbs with a steepness of up to 45 degrees. As before, the new Range Rover Sport 2023 will be produced at the plant in English Solihull. Sales of live cars should begin in the fall of the 22nd, although the acceptance of orders has already started. In the States, for the basic version, P360, they ask from $83,000, although prices for the top-end P530 First Edition reach $121,500.